అందించవలసిందిగా గౌరవనీయులైన ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ రాష్ట్ర గవర్నర్ శ్రీ అబ్దుల్ నజీర్ గారిని అభ్యర్థిస్తున్నాం.
My dear fellow citizens of Andhra Pradesh, I extend my warm greetings to you on this 77th Republic Day. It's a privilege to share this moment with every individual whose dedication strengthens our state and enriches its future. I see our farmers who sustain millions, our fishermen who brave the seas, our teachers who enlighten minds, our healthcare workers who serve with compassion, our innovators shaping new ideas, our women building futures, and our entrepreneurs generating livelihoods. You, the people of Andhra Pradesh, remain the true architects of our progress. Today's celebration is historic. For the first time, the national flag is being hoisted in Amaravati, the people's capital of Andhra Pradesh. For several years, our state remained without clear direction, its capital project stalled, its economic confidence shaken. The absence of continuity eroded investor trust and weakened financial stability. Yet, despite these challenges, this government has worked with quiet determination, inch by inch, decision by decision, to restore stability and rebuild confidence. Every initiative, every reform, every review has been aimed at reviving growth and fulfilling the aspirations of our people. This effort has not been easy. It has demanded discipline, resilience, and faith in our collective purpose. But the results are visible. Projects are moving, institutions are regaining strength, and public trust is being rebuilt. The journey of recovery and transformation has begun. To guide this course, my government has anchored its actions in a clear vision, Swarnandhra at 2047. Our goal is to build a strong, inclusive, and globally competitive state by the centenary of India's independence. The guiding framework for this vision is the Padi Sutralu, the 10 fundamental principles of governance. On this Republic Day, I am proud to place before you the progress achieved under these 10 guiding principles that define the direction and destiny of our state. Padi Sutralu. Number 1, zero poverty. The Super 6 implementation lies at the heart of my government's efforts to deliver dignity, pride, security, and happiness to every individual and empowerment to every family in Andhra Pradesh. In recent years, society has become increasingly unequal with a widening gap between the haves and have-nots. My government is reversing this trend by combining robust welfare measures with wealth creation and improved living standards for all. Under NTR Bharosa, my government stands as a pillar of support for the vulnerable. The monthly pension scheme, now rupees 4,000, highest in the country, and it is 6,000 for persons with disabilities, with a total of 63.12 lakh pensioners benefiting through SERP, ensuring dignity in their daily lives. For dialysis and chronic kidney patients, the pension has been enhanced to rupees 10,000. And for those with full disability, severe muscular dystrophy, the accident victims to rupees 15,000 per month. Deepam 2.0 is providing 3 free LPG cylinders a year to poor households to 1.08 crore beneficiaries. Fortified rice rich in iron, vitamin B12 and folic acid is supplied to all rice card holders with free rice for AAY families. The Stree Shakti free bus travel scheme launched on 15th August 2025 has enabled 37.80 crore women, girls and transgender persons to travel free, raising women's share of bus journey from 40% to 65%. A new family benefit management system with a dynamic family score will classify households and issue family cards from June 2026, including welfare coverage from 90.74% to 98.15%. Rupees 978 crores dispersed under the PM Swanidhi to 3.42 lakh families. Tripti canteens in 3 cities, 18 job melas with 2,673 offers, and rupees 15,000 annual support to 2.90 lakh auto, taxi and maxi cab drivers under Auto Driver Sevalo with an outlay of rupees 436 crores. Social justice remains central. Subcategorization has been taken up to ensure equitable reservation amongst SC subgroups based on backwardness. Economic support for the scheduled caste has risen sharply from an average of rupees 70 crores per year during 2019 to 24 to rupees 115 crores per year in 24-26. Additionally, rupees 3,938.75 crores were released to 11.44 lakh SC pensioners with major investments in hostels and housing. For 25-26, rupees 341 crores have been allocated under SC economic support schemes to create sustainable livelihoods for 20,692 beneficiaries. For the backward classes, the government remains committed to economic empowerment and social dignity. Through the BC Cooperative Finance Corporation, rupees 11,620 crores have been channelized this year. Representation has strengthened with 33% reservation for BCs in legislative bodies and steps to implement 34% reservation in local bodies and nominated posts. For education, rupees 686.64 crores were released for tuition fee reimbursement and rupees 420.74 crores for post-matric scholarship. Priests are being given monthly rupees 15,000 and Nai Brahmins are being given rupees 25,000 as wages. Under tribal welfare, rupees 8,159.68 crores have been allocated under the scheduled tribes component, with rupees 4,726.46 crores utilized and a dedicated budget of rupees 4,671 crores for 2025-26. Investments include rupees 35 crore Tribal Freedom Fighters Museum at Tajangi. It's in ASR district, and infrastructure under P1 PM Janman with 249 roads and 183 hostels sanctioned for PVTG habitations. For minorities, rupees 2,800 crores have been released to 4.38 lakh pensioners and rupees 310 crores proposed in loan support for MSMEs. Work protection is being strengthened through dedicated revenue officials, while rupees 135 crores have been extended as honorarium to 5,000 imams and 5,000 muezzins, along with rupees 80 crores to 8,427 pastors. Housing remains a core priority. Under Housing for All in Andhra Pradesh 2047, Swarnandhra 2047, all eligible families are being provided with Pakka houses. 3 lakh homes were inaugurated on 12th November 2025 and another 5 lakhs will be completed by Ugadi 2026. The program includes rupees 3,220 crores in additional support for SC, ST and BC beneficiaries and house sites of 3 cents in rural and 2 cents in urban areas for landless. To tackle poverty-related malnutrition, Mission Saksham Anganwadi and Poshan 2.0 supplies supplementary nutrition to 3.89 lakh pregnant and lactating women and 20.13 lakh children. Under Dokka Sitama Madhyana Badi Bhojanam, 35.66 lakh students in 43,892 schools received midday meals, including Ragi Java and Jaggery Chikki, through a rupees 2,261 crore budget, including intermediate schools. In addition, 204 urban Anna canteens and 1 rural canteen are functional, with 70 more rural units coming up to ensure affordable, nutritious food for all. The P4 program, that is Public-Private People Partnership, launched on Ugadi 2025, is advancing the goal of zero poverty by uniting government, industry and communities to uplift the bottom 20% of the population. Over 1 lakh Margadarshi have adopted 10.30 lakh Bangaru Kutumbalu, working family by family to eliminate deprivation. Together, these initiatives have strengthened household security and dignity. With this foundation in place, the government now turns its focus to creating jobs, building skills, and ensuring sustainable livelihoods for the youth of Andhra Pradesh. Now, number 2, employment and skilling, Yuvagalam. The energy and aspiration of our youth define Andhra Pradesh's future. My government is committed to creating 20 lakh jobs in 5 years under the Yuvagalam promise. Through Mega DSC 2025, 15,941 teachers' posts are being filled with 92.90% attendance, and 5,757 new police constables were recruited last year. To make students industry ready, a skill passport will track competencies from grade 6 onwards. The Naipunyam platform, featuring an AI resume builder and voice assistant, Ask Vaidya, connects youth to global jobs. Massive investments are reshaping employment. The rupees 10 lakh crore Green Hydrogen Valley project will create 7.5 lakh jobs, while 75 industrial projects worth rupees 4.18 lakh crore will generate 3.18 lakh more. Thematic cities, electronic, toy, solar, drone, space, and bulk drug are under development. The Ratan Tata Innovation Hub at Amaravati, with spokes across major cities, will drive startups and MSMEs. Alongside job creation, my government is focusing on efficient human resource management in an era of declining fertility and population growth. Now, third, population management and human resource development. Falling fertility rates worldwide, from Japan to South Korea to Europe, are reshaping demographics and redefining sustainable development. Andhra Pradesh stands at this inflection point with a median age of 32.5 years versus India's 28. True growth lies in nurturing human capital. My government is moving from population control to population management, establishing fertility colleges for reproductive health and elderly club at mandal level. We are also promoting the silver economy for citizens, dignity and engagement. Education anchors this vision. Under Talliki Vandanam, rupees 10,090 crores have been sanctioned to provide 15,000 annually to every school-going child, classes 1 to 12, benefiting 67.27 lakh students and 42.69 lakh mothers. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan student kits ensure dignity, while a Guinness World Record was achieved with 99.68% parental participation in a statewide PTM. Deep Tech is transforming learning with VR labs in 2,500 schools, smart TVs in 29,692 primaries, and no bag days twice a month. AP model schools achieved an 84% SSC pass rate. Mustabu, the smart kitchen initiatives are being scaled up statewide. In the intermediate education, 26 lecturers received Best Teacher Awards, centralized assessments, and Vidya Shakti remedial classes aid slow learners. In higher education, 98 government degree colleges are NAC accredited and honors-based single major programs introduced. Rupees 550 crores are allotted for new college building and hostels. Technical education recorded a 94.6% placement rate, up from 50.3%. All 28 diploma programs will adopt C26 standards with quantum computing and AI fundamentals from June 2026. Only water that would otherwise reach the sea, ensuring no harm to the neighboring states. Phase 1 of Handri Niva is near completion, widening the main canal to 3,024 cusecs to serve Rayalaseema and contributing to 106.54 lakh acres of irrigation potential. In June 2025, 216 TMC of flood water was diverted to reservoirs and tanks across Rayalaseema under the Chief Minister's guidance, achieving 91.23 storage. In November 2025 and 926.50 TMC as of January 2026, adequate till May 2026. Groundwater improved to 6.54 meters below ground level, increasing total availability to 722 TMC, showing the success of integrated water management. The Andhra Pradesh micro irrigation project was revived drip and sprinkler irrigation after 2019-24 with higher subsidies to boost water efficiency. We aim to maintain groundwater at 8 meters pre-monsoon and 3 meters post-monsoon. The Jal Jeevan Mission is being revamped to achieve universal rural tap connections by 2028 through sustainable surface water-based multi-village schemes. Scientific tank management now ensures tanks fill with surplus canal water ahead of cropping seasons. With water security as the foundation, we are building infrastructure that connects Andhra Pradesh to the nation and the world. Now, farmer agri-tech. A state truly prospers when its Annadata thrives. My government stands shoulder to shoulder with farmers, blending traditional wisdom with modern technology. Through Polam Pilustondi, Raitanna Me Kosam, we have reached almost every village to extend field level support. The Pancha Sutralu strategy focuses on water security, demand-driven agriculture, agri-tech, food processing, and government support. The Price Stabilization Fund released rupees 1,175.81 crore for 9 different crops. Under Annadata Sukhi Bhava, rupees 20,000 per farmer per year is being provided, with rupees 6,309.44 crores already released to 46.86 lakh farmers. Paddy procurement saw 94% of payments made within 24 hours. Agriculture is going digital with digital farmer IDs, e-Panta surveys, Kisan drone banks, APAIMS 2.0 and 100% soil sampling for soil health cards. Andhra Pradesh, the fruit bowl of India, has 18.5 lakh hectares under horticulture, contributing rupees 1.52 lakh crore to GVA. Rayalaseema is being developed as the horticulture hub of India